Hi everyone, my name is Park Ranger Chris, and welcome to Blue Rock National Park. Oh, it's so good to have you back here for your second online visit to the park. I can't believe that that's been a week already. Where is the time gone? I've been busy right enough here at the park, doing lots of admin and sending emails. But the highlight of my week was being allowed to drive the ride-on lawnmower to cut the grass around the visitor centre. Oh, it was so much fun. Just sitting on the, cutting the... Anyway, I wonder what your highlight of the week was. Right, for those of you who are new here, welcome and thanks for joining us at Blue Rock National Park, where we learn a little bit about how to survive in the wild, with a survival tip of the week from our boss, Head Ranger Bill. He also sets us a training challenge every week, and last week's challenge was to see how fast you could pack 10 items from your house into a rucksack, and then challenge other people in your household to see if they could beat your time. Now I know lots of you had fun with that, because I've seen some pictures. Thanks for sending them in. Big shout out to Ryan, Isla, Kieran and Iona over in Canada who completed the challenge, and well done to Ryan and Isla who was a close second. I wonder what this week's challenge is going to be. We'll also head out into the park to meet up with Field Instructor Phil, who actually shows us how to survive in the wild. Oh, and he also tells us some cool things from the Bible too. We, at Blue Rock National Park, believe that God gave us this earth to look after, and we should look out for each other too. So when we have visitors at the park, we love to share some cool things about God. Right, it's time to wake ourselves up a little with some aerobics, which gives me a great opportunity to introduce our newest member to the team, Park Ranger Carol, who's here to help us get our fitness levels to the right place for being out in the wild. Are you ready for this? Carol, it's over to you.
Is this thing on? Is this thing working? Oh, it's on. Hi, I'm Park Ranger Carol and I've been assigned by the team to help the visitors keep fit. So, before we start keeping fit, what do we need? Yes, water. We need some water. Okay, thankfully I have brought some water with me. Excuse me till I get it out. Yep, it's in here. Hold on. Should have brought it with me. I forgot the water. Could you just give me 1 minute and I'll go and get some water? Sorry. For him for years. Where did he go? Oh, I've got my water. But can we do some exercise later on? I need to get Dino. Right, where is he? Which way? That way, okay.
Thanks, Carol. Glad you got your water bottle. Hope you catch the dinosaur soon. Yes, it's time to teach you the first verse of the Blue Rock National Park song. Oh, can you remember the chorus from last week? I know some of you are loving this. And some of you are not. Sorry. Right, let's see if you can remember. Blue Rock National Park. Blue Rock National Park. Blue Rock National Park. Blue Rock National Park. Right, here we go with verse 1. I'll put the words up on the screen now. Pew. Really? Right in front of my face. How is anybody supposed to? Can you see me? Can you? How can you? You can't. Really? Wait. Hold on. Put the words up on the side there. Boom. Ah, that's better. Right. There's the words, and it goes like this. What would you do when you're on your own? What do you do when you're lost and alone? Keep a cool head and remember just what you know. Are you ready? Let's try that. I got the words mixed up at the start. Did you notice that? What would you do when you're on your own? What would you do when you're lost and alone? Keep a cool head and remember just what you know. Next bit goes like this. You need a shelter and fire to keep you warm. You need clean water and food that will make you strong. True navigation will guide you as you journey home. Try that. You need a shelter and fire to keep you warm. You need clean water and food that will make you strong. True navigation will guide you as you journey home. Where? To Blue Rock National Park. Let's sing it. Blue Rock National Park. We're all here at Blue Rock National Park, learning cool stuff. Blue Rock National Park. Ha! Awesome! Good job, guys. You can rewatch this video if you want, so you can learn those verses and the chorus bit. And then next week, I'll teach you verse 2. Oh! Well done, everybody. I can't wait to teach you verse 2 next time. That's my mobile. Why is my mobile ringing? Nobody knows that I'm at work. Oh, it could be important. Is it okay if I answer it? Thanks. Hello, this is Park Ranger Chris's mobile. How can I help you?
Hi Chris, it's Head Ranger Bill here.
Oh, hi, boss. Is everything okay? You're phoning my mobile.
Yes, everything is great. I just called to say that I'm not going to be in today.
Alright, is that because you're out doing more research again, boss?
Correct. I'm out in the park. In the middle of the park right now, enjoying the sun.
Oh, cool. Hope you've got some sun cream with you because it's really warm today, boss.
I certainly do, thanks. Listen Chris, I've just sent an email with a video message for our visitors.
Oh, sweet. I'm actually just talking to them just now, so I'll go and check my emails and I'll play the video message for them.
Great stuff, Chris. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.
You too, boss. Have a great day.
Thanks.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Okay, boss.
See ya. Bye.
Okay, cheers.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you. Bye.
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 Bye. Oh, I better check my emails. Right, here we go. He sent an email. And there's a video message. Are you ready? Here it comes up on your screen now. Welcome back, everybody, to Blue Rock National Park. My name is Bill, and I'm the head ranger here at the park. As the head ranger, I know every inch of this park, 'cause it's been my home for the past 20 years, you know. I do love this place. I love the trees, the rivers, the big open spaces, and the sound of the wildlife all around. I hope I get to spend another 20 years working here. Anyway, sorry I get carried away there. So yesterday, if you remember, I went out into the park researching the effects of water on dry ground. Well, I can tell you that when you pour some water onto dry ground, or if it rains onto dry ground, then the ground becomes wet. Fascinating stuff, huh? Well, I can't talk for long as I need to get out into the middle of the park today before the sun gets to its highest point. You see, I'm researching the effect that sun has on my shadow. I've already found out what my shadow looks like when the sun is low in the sky, and now I need to see what difference it makes when the sun is at its highest point. Should be interesting. Right, today's survival tip of the week is fire. Say it with me. Fire. If you find yourself out in the wild and you need to stop and rest, or maybe you're lost, then a fire will be very important for your survival. Especially if you're out overnight. Not only will it keep you warm and stop you suffering from hypothermia, it will also help to cook the food that you've packed for your journey. Make sure you find the right materials though for building a fire. Instructor Phil will give you some tips on making the perfect fire. So there you go, everybody. Today's survival tip of the week is fire. Park Ranger Chris, I've left an envelope with today's training challenge in the office underneath the phone. I look forward to hearing how everybody gets on. I loved seeing how you got on with the training challenge last time, the rucksack challenge. Good job, everybody. Well done to Miriam and Daniel, and of course Ryan in Canada. Right, I better get going out into the park before the sun gets to its highest point. I better remember to bring my sun cream too. It's gonna be a scorcher. See you next time. Cheerio, bye for now. What? Dry ground gets wet when it rains? Who'd have thought? Oh man, I can't wait to see what happens to Shadow next time we meet. Oh, right, it's the training challenge time. Under the phone, under the phone, training challenge. Oh, are you ready? Let's see what it is today. Haha. Dear online visitors, that's you. This challenge will test some teamwork. Create 2 teams in your household. How fast can each team find 10 items from around your home? There will be a list of 10 items in the description of this video, which one responsible adult will be in charge of. Team 1 v Team 2, who can find each item the fastest. All the best, Head Ranger Bill. What a cool challenge! Also in the description below, I'll put a bit more of an explanation on how to do this challenge. I can't wait to see how you get on. Enjoy! Okay, it's now time to jump out into the park and meet up with Field Instructor Phil. And we'll see if the shelter has held up. Oh, and we'll find out more about the hiker. Oh, are you ready? Over to you, Phil.
My name is Field Instructor Phil. I'm a survival expert and countryside ranger. Have you ever wanted to go exploring into the unknown? Have an adventure in the wild? Well, I'm here to share some tips and stories about life in the great outdoors. Well, I had a marvellous sleep, and there's nothing quite like waking up to birdsong all around you. And now I think it's time to build a fire and make some tea. Fires are very important for survival. They can be used for light, warmth, cooking, and even to signal for help. Of course, they can also be extremely dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. You need 3 things for a fire. First of all, tinder to get a flame. This is something small which catches light very easily, and I'm going to use cotton wool which has been rubbed in Vaseline, which is very flammable. Once you have a flame, you need kindling to keep the fire going. These twigs should be just the thing to feed the flame. And then the third thing is fuel. You could use coal or peat or big logs, but in this situation, I'm going to use these sticks. Let's go. It's well worth taking extra time to prepare really thoroughly before making a fire. It saves a lot of time. There was once a group of soldiers who learnt that lesson the hard way. They'd been out on patrol for several days, and when they got back were desperate for some hot food. They were in such a rush to make a fire, they tried going straight from grass tinder to big logs, and of course it didn't work. Eventually they ran out of tinder, and in the end it took them hours to get a fire going, whereas if they'd been patient and prepared well, they might have had a blaze going in a matter of minutes. You know, before electricity, the only way people could get light in the dark was with fire. And yet, 2,000 years ago, Jesus said something rather strange. He said, "I am the light of the world." Some of the things Jesus said are a bit hard to understand. We actually know a lot about what Jesus said and what he did because it was written down for us and we can read about it in the Bible. For example, we know how he was born. In those days, Joseph went up to Bethlehem with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born, and she gave birth to her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger because there was no guest room available for them. This was no ordinary baby. I mean, how many babies do you know that are born in a stable and have an animal feeder for a bed? And how many people do you know who are visited by a random group of shepherds on the day that they're born? No, Jesus was definitely not ordinary. Now, Jesus himself was about 30 years old when he began his ministry, and news about him spread through the whole countryside. He was teaching in their synagogues, and everyone praised him. They were amazed at his teaching because his words had authority. But Jesus did more than teach. He did some incredible and impossible things. He freed people who were possessed by demons. He healed people who were sick. He fed 5,000 people with a small basket full of food. He could control the weather, and he could even bring dead people back to life. But the most amazing thing that Jesus did was he allowed himself to be arrested, sentenced to death, and nailed to a wooden cross to die, even though he'd done nothing wrong. Let's imagine that this tea bag is us, and that this water that we've just boiled on the fire is God. And let's pretend that this rock is sin. Now, as long as this rock is on top of the cup, I'll never be able to pour this water into it and make a cup of tea. And that would be a real shame. Well, it's a bit like that with sin. As long as there is sin between us and God, separating us from him, then we can't enjoy all his goodness and love pouring into us. And no matter how hard we try, we can't get rid of that sin on our own. But something amazing was happening as Jesus hung there on the cross. This wasn't a mistake. This was part of God's incredible rescue mission. Jesus took all the bad, all the pain, the punishment, all that sin onto himself. Everything that was separating us from God, he dealt with when he died on the cross. But even that wasn't the most amazing and impossible thing Jesus did. 3 days after Jesus died, he came back to life again. This is proof that our sin really has been dealt with, and that Jesus was much more than just a man. He was God's specially chosen rescuer. That's good tea. The other amazing thing about Jesus rising from the dead is that it means he's still alive today. And if we want him to, he can help us to find our way back to God again. In fact, God makes a promise in the Bible. He says, If you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me. It sounds like somebody's in trouble. I better go and see if I can help.
Help!
Thanks, Phil. I really hope you find the hiker. Though we turned away from God, God never gave up on us. He never turned his back on us, and he has never stopped loving us. So much so, he became a human being, born at Christmas, living among us, helping us, healing the sick, and showing us how to live. His name was Jesus Christ. He was like no other person. He was perfect. He did nothing wrong. In fact, he was the God-man, and he died for us, clearing the way for the whole world, including you and me, to come back into relationship with God. Why? Because he loves us. But he didn't stay dead. He rose to life again. And then he spent 40 more days on earth proving to people that he was alive and showing them that he did exactly what he said he was going to do. And then he went back up to heaven, from where he came, and where he is now, still watching over us, helping us, healing us, teaching us, and guiding us. Because Jesus died and rose again, we can become friends with God once more. But we need to say yes to him. We need to change direction and get on the right path. God is right there waiting for us. We just need to turn to him. There's a verse in the Bible, Jeremiah chapter 29, and it's verse 13, and it says this: "If you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me." God says, if you look for me wholeheartedly, with all your heart, you will find me. How cool is that? Well, that's us completed our second online session here at Blue Rock National Park. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And I can't wait to see how you got on with your training challenge this week. Oh, and don't forget you can download your activity sheet from the link in the description below. And then we'll see you next Sunday at 9:30. This is Park Ranger Chris signing off. See ya!